Paul, start with an injury check. You've had a few out, a few closer to coming back. Ryan Namby went off on Saturday. What do we need to know?
Well, he's sore on his knee. We'll see if he's going to train with us in a bit. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to train with us, so hopefully he will be, and hopefully he'll be in my travelling party. But I don't honestly know yet. He's still a bit sore on the outside of his knee, so he took a bit of a hit, so we're hopeful that he'll be okay. What's
the gist of the debrief been from the game on Saturday, that draw with Shrewsbury?
Well, in fairness, like I think I said after, I haven't changed my opinion on it. I think I got the shape wrong. That's my fault. I take full responsibility. I own that. So we weren't great first half. There wasn't much in the team's first half, but I thought second half we were a lot more like ourselves, really. We created a lot more without being completely dominant. But in League One, in winter games, in winter pitches, teams fighting for their lives, every game is difficult. Every game is difficult to score a goal, to create clear-cut chances. And in recent weeks, we've won many games and we've created not a lot, and we've conceded not a lot. There's really not much in it. And you can see by the results over the last few weeks for all the teams in the top six, I don't think anyone's covering themselves in like 6 wins and all that. So I think it's about literally trying to be better in the in certain parts of the game. And you know, if we would have won 1-0, I would have still been disappointed we didn't have a better grip of the game, I think it's fair to say. However, what I do know from the other side of the coin is that they're fighting for their lives, making it as difficult as they can. And if you had offered Shrewsbury respectfully before the game, look, after 70 minutes you'll be 1-0 down, would you take it? Yes, you would. As an underdog going away from home, 1-0 after 70 minutes, you would think, I'll take that because I'll make attacking subs and I'll throw the kitchen sink and hopefully something will come off. And in the end, you know, an innocuous throw in, a couple of the players don't cover themselves in utmost glory, trying to do the right thing, but they didn't, unfortunately, and it ends up in our goal. And we're disappointed to drop 2 points. And that sometimes, to win a game, you have to ride your luck at times. I understand that. You have to take your chances. And sometimes you need a bounce of the ball at the other end. And unfortunately for us, you know, the cross got pulled back behind where Tomo thought it was going. The lad called it sweet enough to put it in. So overall, disappointed that we dropped 2 points. It felt like a defeat. But when we're in the ascendancy, we need to have more control in our game. And the second goal, as I've always said, is vital. And that was elusive. And the longer the game goes on, you know, the harder, the easier it is for the opposition to put pressure on you. And I think you could see after they scored, it looked like it left pressure off the lads a little bit. And then all of a sudden, then we were in the ascendancy. Last 3 or 4 minutes, I think we hit the bar and made a close range save. So overall, disappointed that we dropped points. But, you know, like I said, 50% of that is definitely mine.
We'll look ahead to Tuesday in a moment. But I wanted to ask you about Max Bird. I don't think anyone that knows him would doubt that he was going to be committed to the cause and would doubt the professionalism. Obviously, he's heading to Bristol City at the end of the season, back here on loan. Yeah. But have his performances over these last 2 games since the move sort of underlined all his characteristics for you?
Yeah, I mean, I never doubted it. If I did doubt it, I wouldn't have endorsed the whole premise of, you know, selling, loaning back and all that. But he was always going to go this summer. I made that clear. And even if the deal wasn't agreed, I don't think he'd have come off it at all. It just looks like he's playing with a bit more freedom, in fairness, and it's obviously been eclipsed by the fact he scored goals. So all of a sudden, you know, everyone's thinking, no, he's trying more. He isn't trying more. It's just the fact that he scored goals, and that sometimes people judge people just by goals. But his effort levels, his GPS data is always through the roof. He's always one of my top performers, a top driver in training. You know, he's normally one of the last to leave. So I never doubted his professionalism. I will never doubt that, and hence why he'll go on and, you know, have a long, prosperous career, I hope.
He's given you a lot of credit and talked about the extra work that you've put in with him on the training ground in the last few weeks. I mean, presumably that isn't going to change now that his long-term future lies elsewhere.
I don't look at him anymore. I like to walk past him, and no, I love Birdie, and like I am with all my players, I keep in contact with him forever. So I'll always keep in contact with Birdie. And yeah, we've been trying to just encourage him to shoot more. My critique of Birdie is sometimes he's such a technical player that he wants to score the perfect goal or manipulate the ball. But you know, sometimes just shooting through legs and and backing yourself just to hit the target, and don't be afraid to miss. I think because he's such a perfectionist, a miss of a target for him is a negative thing. I don't think it. You just got to keep pulling the trigger. The best strikers in the world miss no end of chances, so you've got to allow yourself to miss. So we have been trying to work with him and get into his psyche, possibly more than his technique, to be honest. Just about muscle memory. Just keep practicing striking the ball, and when chances come to you, you're more likely to pull the trigger. So we're pleased. But his overall performances have been ace, yeah.
Busy week for you. Stevenage on Saturday, trip to Exeter first on Tuesday night. How do you approach this week?
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to do some prep in a minute for the game. We'll do some meetings tonight at the hotel. We'll do some more meetings tomorrow and try and get them fresh and ready. I might even do some sort of video sort of thing to give them a boost before the game to get them up for it. Not that they need to, but they're probably two different sort of games. The game on Saturday will be different opposition, play different ways, and Exeter and Stevenage definitely play different ways. So it might take different systems, different players to get the best out of us. So we'll make the tweaks that we've been blessed, so to speak, that we've watched the last 3 Exeter games. I've seen them beat Wigan, Barnsley, Peterborough in the last 4 games, so I know how good they are now, and they're in really good form. So we watch that. We also know Stevenage's strengths and how they're going to play, and we'll pick a different look to our team possibly for that game. So we'll travel down today, meetings tonight, a few individual meetings, get up tomorrow, have some meetings probably in the morning, lunch, let the lads rest, and then get ready for the war ahead, the game, and then you get back at, as all the fans who go will know, get back at stupid o'clock, at 3 o'clock Wednesday morning or something, and then you then start prepping again, and then you see the lads Thursday, and it all starts again.
Exeter have taken some scalps recently, and they've really turned their season around in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, really good. I mean, they came, they've done a little bit of tweaking in the window, which most people do, and they've come out of it really well. Like I said, they've won 4 out of 5, and if you don't believe me, just go on their fixtures. Their results, they've played really well against really good teams, and like I thought Peterborough were the best team that we played at home, and they had too much for us. Exeter beat them, Exeter beat Barnsley away, which by the way is probably the other informed team in the league, and to go away at Wigan is some mean feat as well. So yeah, they're in really good form. They like playing at home, as most teams do, in fairness. That's not a I've not come out with something, oh wow, he knows his stuff. They like playing at home, and last year I remember what a difficult game it was. So it'll be a completely different game to what it was at Pride Park earlier in the season.